Jamari. Shout out to Jamari. He's a good content creator. He's got over 1.27 million views. Subscribers. Let's get it. Dr. Disrespect. The end of Dr. Disrespect. Now, for everything updating this and getting to all of the bullshit, I have to say this one thing. We don't know what was said. We can only speculate to what was said. When he says teetered on inappropriate, there's a whole speculation on what that could be. Now, is he a pedophile? I don't know. He's an asshole. He's a dickhead. But that means he was teetering. That means he was maneuvering in a very sadistic way. Now, can I admit and say this nigga's a schmedophile? Listen, personally, it's not my bag. But let's continue with Jamari.
So there was a streamer out there who goes by the name Dr. Disrespect. He first began his career online almost 15 years ago, making Call of Duty commentary and other gaming videos.
Look at this guy running down the middle of the street. You think he's smart? He's not smart. In fact, his brother isn't smart either.
From the start, people really loved both him and this persona that he put on. This was still a very primitive time for the platform as a whole, but Doc was one of those early YouTubers who really saw the bigger picture and the massive gains which could come from thinking more like a businessman and less like a run-of-the-mill creator. He was clearly building a brand with a strong direction and a loyal fan base.
You're watching one of the most perfect specimens, right? Perfectly designed. Look at the hand-to-head ratio. It's absolutely flawless. My biceps, the exact same size as my calves. Says, Doc, you're the most stand-up dude on Twitch and so damn entertaining. Can we coin your signature dance move as the slick daddy slide? Ooh. Yes.
And over the next half-decade, he would grind out YouTube.
You know what's bad? I never watched Dr. Disrespect, but I always seen this man's clips. And his nigga was funny. And just sitting there and seeing that, he was like, he was funny. Like, you can never get that's entertainment, right? And I know I'm supposed to be called Fat Man Entertainment, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not that entertaining like that. That's funny to me, personally. And I never sat down and watched this nigga stream. But dude had moments. He's got clips. He's got moments. What's sad about it is, they cut him. Like, you know what I mean? And now it's like you're getting dragged into the mud. Like, boyo, you should have fixed your whole life. Like, damn.
And he even got some opportunities to work directly in the development of a couple of AAA titles at the time. But it was not until 2015 when he would start streaming on Justin TV, now known as Twitch, and he quickly began to dominate the site.
Fucking game! This game is a joke! It's a shotgun blast right here!
By 2018, Doc was breaking records and signing massive deals with some major brands. It was beyond clear that streaming and this persona that he had created was like a match made in heaven, and this all resulted in him becoming one of the most popular people on Twitch, period. So everything was going great for Doc.
Damn.
Yes, he had a few bumps in the road, like when he cheated on his wife and then cried on stream about it.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful, and I'm probably going to be taking some time away, time off.
Yeah, nigga said he would get therapy for that shit. And couples counseling.
And of course, there was also the time he got a temporary ban on Twitch for streaming in the restroom at E3. But overall, he was still in completely over his head with success and an abundance of opportunity. But then on June 26 of 2020, exactly 4 years ago to this day, things would change drastically, as seemingly out of nowhere Doc would get banned. The official statement on the ban would read, "As is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community, with Discord also removing him from their partner program." Now immediately, Doc would claim that he had no idea why he was banned from Twitch, also stating that his contracts were still in good standing. From here, he would begin to stream on YouTube, and in August of 2021, he would announce that he knew the reason for his banning and would be suing Twitch.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the out of them, okay?
By March of the next year, it would be revealed that they had resolved this legal dispute and that he would not be returning to the platform. So the speculation and growing anger towards Twitch's decision really only grew in the eyes of the general public. But here's where things get really interesting. Because for the past 4 years since his banning, Doc has retained the position that it was unjust and that it really affected his career and potential to make money in a massive way.
Yeah,
I'm like, he did make money from the platform. That is true. But let's throw in some commentary in here because we can't steal niggas' content. Remember that. Throwing this out there. Yes, he made tons of fucking money. But that's not the point. The fact that they let him go is a sign that they knew something and he knew something after they fucking let him go. When he says, I knew for months why they fucking banned me and I'm taking him to court. And he won said court statement because he had a contract. Legal binding contract with Twitch. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. Listen, contracts, they bitches. But the fact that they cut him before his contract ended, that's where they fucked up. So legally, they were held to certain type of accountability under oath and contract. So they obviously talked to this nigga and let him know what the fuck was going on. And he sued them. Obviously, he won because they went against his contract. But he makes lots of money off of Twitch. It's still a gaming platform. It's Twitch. YouTube didn't have a foot yet, and Kick wasn't around yet. So it was only 2 platforms to stream on at the time. And Mixer was never there. No one ever streamed on Facebook. I'm gonna fuck what they say. Moving forward.
probably a quarter of what I was making on Twitch. You think a big time company like Nike is gonna want to work with that big question mark? Huh? Or Disney?
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Launder cash here.
But now the truth is seemingly coming to light piece by piece, and it all started when a former Twitch employee named Cody Connors tweeted out he got banned because he got caught sting a minor in the existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could...
It was a her. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. Okay, so she was a creator. Now, or not creator, but she was... When he says minor, I'm like, it's kind of hard because you have to go... Because TwitchCon, how old you have to be to go to TwitchCon? I need to find that shit out. 13. Those under 18 must be accompanied by a parent/legal guardian or an adult authorized by a parent/legal guardian. That adult must have their own TwitchCon ticket if you would like to purchase. Okay, so basically, to be at TwitchCon, if you're under the age of 13, you got to be accompanied with an adult. Okay, well, this is updated. To attend TwitchCon, you must be at least, so I'm gonna pop this over here. So to attend TwitchCon, is kind of what I've been seeing for the past fucking 5 minutes, you have to be at least 13 years old as far to basically be at the event. At least 13 years of age as of the event date. However, if you are between 13 and 15 years old, you must have a parent or legal guardian with you. So even if he met up with this person at TwitchCon, they gotta have a legal guardian with them. So I don't understand that shit. That's what's blowing my mind. And if it was a girl, so she had to be at the age of 15, 16, 13, she had to be in that legal age. Because you can't, he says, when they say minor, you have to be this. It's 16 plus, TwitchCon is for folks who are 13 plus, Okay, so basically that's how it is to be at TwitchCon. Because I'm like, how fucking old you gotta be to go to this con as a kid? But you need an adult with you. So he would have met up with them and their adult or legal guardian. Now, I don't know how true this is unless there's kids just running around fucking TwitchCon, but this is what it says here over my fucking head, but okay, deuces to that.
Be read in plain text. Of course, this all sparked a massive storm online, and his buddies rushed to defend him.
These are some crazy accusations. Crazy.
Yeah.
Until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, What are we talking about? What's anybody talking about?
You even had one of the Tate brothers speak up, saying that he knows what it's like to be a tall, successful man who women are throwing themselves at, and he just knows that Doc is innocent. And then you even had Doc himself tweeting out, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this had been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found. And I was paid. Elden Ring Monday." So obviously a lot of people
that sounds bad. But let's continue.
found this statement to be sketchy, to say the least, while others speculated that he couldn't outright say he wasn't talking to or interested in meeting up with a minor due to legal bindings. The next time he would boot up his stream, he would claim that he was not interested in speaking on these allegations at all.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. Already said what I needed to say.
All right. I would take that as, nigga, you said what you had to say, but you didn't shut the fuck up. My problem with niggas like this and people in general, like, listen, Doc, you fucking peewee, tall ass, bitch ass nigga. Listen, say what you gotta say is respectable. But the fact that you said what you had to say, but then talked about legal obligations and blah, fucking blah, you should have already realized it don't get no worse than this shit. It don't. So you should have shut the fuck up and been like, listen, I did some stupid shit, blah, blah, but I'm not going into detail. And if y'all want to know, you know, I'll drop a big video about it or whatever the fuck. But at this point, I'm not talking about it anymore. And you should have kept it that way. You should have been tweeting, should have been talking about it personally. But the niggas who worked at Twitch, they basically outed this motherfucker. They told on this motherfucker they weren't under NDA no more, so they let it all slide out, which is respectable. Something on my tongue. Whatever.
I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it.
And for the rest of this stream, he would seem pretty distraught and even speak about taking some time away from the internet in general.
It's wanting to just kind of move away from the limelight. Ultimately, that's what it's about. It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs.
Now this is where the real hammers kind of start to drop, as his own gaming studio, Midnight Society, which he co-founded, would announce that they would be terminating their relationship.
See, I hate that. If I co-founded a gaming studio and I got canned, I'm taking all you niggas down. I don't give a fuck. But personally, that's called being petty. And remember, I'm a business man. I'm a business too. So I gotta be straight up factual with the shit when it comes down to this. If you co-founded something, but you're a liability to said company, they're gonna let you go. I talked about this. Just because it's under their bottom dollar, and the fact that even though said company moves away from you, they shouldn't have opened their mouths and publicly said anything. They should have silently told you, yo, we're gonna move away from you. You still got money and stock in us, but just shut the fuck up about us, and we don't know you, you don't know us. Because coming out publicly and saying something makes y'all look like bitches. Even if y'all don't know the whole truth and y'all don't know what's going on, there's a problem with that. Even if they think they do, you kind of don't. Regardless of what regardless he opened his mouth and says some shit. Let's continue.
Relationship with him, citing that they assumed his innocence, but after speaking with the parties involved, had no choice but to make this damning decision.
What parties involved? Twitch or the party of whoever he was texting? See, that's my own thought. What parties? Because that's crazy.
People speculated that he actually got word of this while on stream and noticed that it changed his entire demeanor.
Of course it did. Damn. Damn, that hurts. You see the hurt in this man's face. The hurt right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hurt right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hurt is big. It don't get no worse than that. That's the same hurt I felt when my own fucking best friend picked Israel and piss ass Palestine over me and talked about politics. That's the hurt I felt. The hurt inside of a company you own, friendships you've built up, alliances, all the other shit. And next thing you know, you get cut. That's the shit I hate. Because niggas is dead ass will do that to you And you know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy. Let's continue. Damn.
So obviously this more or less confirmed that they peeked behind the curtain and didn't like what they saw to a point where they felt like action needed to be taken. Of course, people started making jokes saying, "Hey doc, I heard you like I'm young," and posting
Oh no. Nigga said, "Hey doc, I know you like him young. You better never come to cell block 1." Oh no, that's crazy. That's disgusting. Let's continue.
videos of his quote-unquote new setup, and they also brought up this clip from 2 months ago.
I remember someone saying Doctor's Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why? He said that.
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA
What
process
the
now.
That's what I'm saying. What I heard it.
Did he say that? If I'm the doc, I'm suing you right now.
I would actually sue you.
Now this would all more or less force Doc's hand, so he would once again tweet out that he
gotta open his mouth.
wants to cut the fucking bullshit, claiming that he's always been upfront and real. He would then apologize to his community and confirm that he would be stepping down from his position in the gaming studio company. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years.
That shit kind of hurt though. If you can't say nothing for years and then shit happens, it's gonna hurt.
Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? The answer is yes. Real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate.
See, that's that fucking shit. Nothing legal. This nigga said these casual messages, conversations that sometime this is the word, leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. This line right here is where you fucked up. Good night, folks. Why would you ever open up your mouth and say these? I'd be like, yo, the conversations were rough. I was cursing. I was being an asshole to this kid. But I thought I was just having fun. And so was the kid. So I didn't mean no harm by it. There you go, stupid. There you fucking go. You stupid son of a bitch. Fucking idiot. Let's continue.
But nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy operation regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. From a moral standpoint...
Okay, now I stick with this, that on a moral standpoint, you shouldn't have did it. But even though criminal charges didn't go against you, this is the one thing you said. It leaned to the inappropriate. People will think for a second, as an adult, you took it there. Depends on what inappropriate. But as a person, you should have never did that. That just makes you look bad. That all around is the... Now, is he a pedophile? I don't know. No pictures were sent back and forth. Nothing sexual was sent. But leaning to inappropriate, nigga. Come on, bro. You gotta be. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's continue.
I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained those conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I own my fucking shit. This was stupid. Still, Doc would retain that he is not a predator, that he doesn't care about his quote-unquote haters, and lastly made it clear that he had no intentions to go anywhere. So basically, Dr. Disrespect confirms here that he was indeed having inappropriate conversations with someone who was not of age. I find it hilarious that his only real defense of himself is that he never had any intentions behind these personal conversations he was engaged.
So when you say intentions, my thought is like, if I'm talking to anybody, I'm just having conversations with them. Like back in the days being single, if I'm talking to a girl I like, you know what I'm saying, I'm chopping it up, I got some intentions of those. Like everyone does. It's just like, oh, where's this gonna go? If it's not gonna go nowhere, I understand my place in time. if we stop talking, it's just because to me you was boring, or you thought I was boring because I'm clean and safe and I don't drink, and everybody else drinks and gets drunk because they don't live life. So I'm like, it's gonna lean somewhere. But the fact that you got nothing out of it, the fact that it was casual, but how casual is that when you talk about meeting up with them at TwitchCon? Like, come on, bro.
Engaged in. It's kind of like saying, oh, I didn't plan to rob the bank. I just got the ski mask, the gun, the rope, and of course the blueprints of the building as well as the security guard's schedule. And let's be clear.
But I never really robbed the bank. I planned it, but never did anything. Okay.
That these chat logs have not and likely will never be released to the public, but it's pretty obvious there was something damning in there. One of the heads of his now former studio tweeted out, "This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you. Period. I promise to only act on facts."
When he said it leaned and teetered on inappropriate. So, but we don't know the levels of that. That's the problem. Everyone's just sticking with, oh, but it was still inappropriate no matter what. Fucking idiot, pedophile. I'm like, technically, I can't hold you to a certain status and level. But I'm not giving you the title unless you actually did what those people do. And if he didn't do any of that, then at the same time, regardless, he said, yes, there was inappropriate stuff and teetered and leaned in there, but there was nothing serious and damning. No lawsuit, no jail time. But it still looks bad. Like, come on, bro. It looks bad. But should you get canned from your whole ass company? I don't know. Personally, not really me, but let's go.
And I did. And some of his good friends would even come forward with their reactions to this new information.
I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, and look, there's no excuse for something like that.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years.
Listen, playing video games for years I play a lot of games, and a lot of video games don't make niggas your friend. Just because you play fucking video games for years, it don't make y'all niggas friends. You don't really know that nigga, you're acquaintances. Let's stop the cap.
He knew that was a minor, and those were the messages being sent. I cannot support that.
No matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something. Right? Or there was some truth to enough truth. Right? You settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there. Don't text minors or do any of that shit.
And even the 49ers have released a statement saying that they're done with the doctor. Personally, I cannot comprehend how people make these types of mistakes over and over again. Like, it's so easy to not only not speak to a minor, but to not speak to anyone when you are in this type of position. Like, why even begin?
You can talk to kids in video game chats, and you can be an asshole in video game chats, but don't go looking to talk to kids in chats. Like, if you got a guild in some online game and there's a bunch of kids in there, cool. But don't be disrespectful to the kids. Don't wild out. Don't curse at them. Don't be an asshole to them because they're just trying to have fun. That's different. You can still talk to those individuals in video games and all the other shit. And look, he has some pseudo fame, so he was talking to people. He was talking to this person. Don't know how far that went. And when inappropriate comes and it was a girl, now there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole conversation needs to be had with that. Now, is that the hill he's going to lean and die on? Personally, it probably is at this point in life. It looks like it's the hill he's going to lean and die on. Now, even if nothing happens, that means people are just not going to forgive you. Like, come on.
Begin to engage in conversation with this.
Or like, if you're in a guild or like you're playing, I don't know, fucking Magic the Gathering, or like there's a bunch of kids there. Don't be rude to kids. Don't be disrespectful, but be cordial as possible. Don't befriend them and talk to them every single day, but be cordial and respectful, and that's it. Those kids will grow up to respect you more because at least you were an adult, but you were also their friend, pseudo friend, whatever the fuck. But don't be Dr. Disrespect teetering on inappropriate. Don't be an asshole. To what extent of inappropriate? It was a girl, so he said something out of his fucking mouth that we will never see. So let's go.
person. It just goes to show me how little self-control he had at the time he was 37 years old with a wife and kid. Like, if you ask me, I think the only real explanation would be that his personified ego had actually become a part of his real character. Dressing up like that every day for a decade plus, playing a caricature of yourself, has to damage something about an individual psychologically. And the funniest part to me is that he rode the unjust cancellation wave for such a long time, made millions of dollars doing so, only for this all to come to light.
What the Twitch ban is really, how it's really affected us, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint, from all the relationships we built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA. I mean, everyone, all the big sponsors, all the big partnerships, they have to question, why did you get banned?
Like, the fact that he was out here playing the victim to me is just an absolute joke. But I want to know what you guys think about this situation down below. I know you still have a lot of people defending this man for some reason, even when he literally admitted to his wrongdoing. But either way, I do want to thank...
Even though he admitted to it, it doesn't fall into the category of as inappropriate as it gets. So, but he said it falls into the category of something being inappropriate. All right.
Shit. Getting bit on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas falling like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous. Yeah, niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.